Free Mazinamde Kanu. Free Simon Ekpa. Free Oloye Adeyemo Igboho Òòṣà. Ẹkùn ọkọ̀ Fúlàní. Ẹ káàárọ̀ o, ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ mi nílé àti lókè òkun. Mo kí yín pé a kú dédé àsìkò yìí o. Ẹ káàbọ̀ sórí ìkànnì wa. Ìkànnì àrólé baba 1010 TV. Ọba mi Èdùmàrè. Ìjàngbara tá ń jà yìí. A jẹ́ ká jà lájàlá o. A ní kú sọ́nà bí èéfín. Gbogbo alájọ máa dé ilẹ̀ lérí wa. Ìran wa máa bọ́ lóko ẹrú lágbára Elédùmarè. Ọlọ́run á bá wa fi ọwọ́ tọ́ ọkàn àwọn olórí wa láti ṣe ohun tó tọ́, ohun tó yẹ fún àwa ọmọ aládé. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, mo kí yín lẹ́ẹ̀kan sí. Fídíò tí mo mú wá lónìí, fídíò tẹ́ tí ń béèrè fún ni. Ó dá lórí Simon Ekpa arrest ẹ̀ ní Finland. Ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ẹ̀yin ènìyàn wa lẹ tí ń béèrè báwo ni wọ́n ṣe mú ọkùnrin yìí. Ọ̀nà wo ni ìjọba Tinubu gbà mú? Ẹ ti ń béèrè ìbéèrè yìí, ṣùgbọ́n fídíò tó máa dáhùn sí ìbéèrè yìí ó ti ń bẹ lọ́wọ́ mi tí màá fẹ́ kẹ́ jẹ́ kájọ farabalẹ̀ kájọ gbọ́ kẹ́yìn náà mọ gbogbo nǹkan tó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ nínú Biafra nínú Yorùbá nation, torí pé àwa méjèèjì àjọ fẹ̀gbẹ́kẹ̀gbẹ́ àjọ ń ṣiṣẹ́ kí ìran wa ó lè bọ́ lóko ẹrú ni. Gbogbo wa náà la rí bí gbogbo nǹkan ṣe ń lọ báyìí ní ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà, pé gbogbo nǹkan ò rọgbọ. So bí iwájú ò bá dẹ̀ ṣe lọ ṣe bá ṣáà padà síbi tá a ti ń bọ̀. Ẹ̀yin ènìyàn mi, ẹ farabalẹ̀ dáadáa. Ẹ jẹ́ ká jọ wo fídíò yìí kẹ́yìn náà tún bá tún béèrè lọ́wọ́ yín lọ́la pé Simon Ekpa tó tiẹ̀ mú sí Finland báwo ló ṣe jẹ́, ẹ̀yin náà lè rí nǹkan sọ. Òun ni mo ṣe mú fídíò yìí wá fún gbogbo àwọn ajìjàǹgbara kó lè yé wa lágbára Elédùmarè. Ilẹ̀ ìlérí wa a máa débẹ̀ o. Ẹ̀yin èèyàn mi, ẹ bá mi wo fídíò yìí.
Allegedly, they say that the federal government of Nigeria used Pete Amba, the governor of Enugu State. They say they use go pay millions for inside Finland fundraising account. And now made these people come carry Simon Ekpa go prison. My people, I want you to watch this video that I'm going to play you from beginning to end before we come back.
That the Finland has issued against the Nigerian government. Saying that after their investigation on the financial allegations against Simon Ekpa, a huge sum of money that was paid into the Biafran crown funding account is traced back to Nigeria. And there are allegations that it is some corrupt element that
paid in that money.
What's the reaction?
You see what happened? Europe is a country, I know, that if any money or should raise ego eyes of the police, financial, crime officers, they will actually investigate to know the route, the destination, where the money is coming from. So such was what happened when Biafrans in diaspora, Biafrans in Nigeria were donating money for Biafra declaration in Sibilos Square, Finland. As the money was coming in small figure, all of a sudden, Nigerian government, being the headquarters of mismanagement of public fund in the world, conspired against Simon Ekpa, using his brother, Governor Peter Obi of Peter Amba of Enugu State, to remit a huge amount of money.
These are allegations.
No. Tune of $100 million was thrown into that Biafran donor account in Finland. And this was what brought the ego eyes of Finnish, either military forces or police forces, or financial officers, crime officers. And that was how Simon Ekpa was roped in. The kind of money Peter Amba was given to throw into Biafra donation account in Finland was up to $100 million.
Wow.
To make sure that this young man be repatriated from Finland into Nigeria.
Was that money that led to the red flag?
That was what led to the red flag.
Because Simon Ekpa is being charged for money laundering and terrorism financing.
Thank you. There was a fraud alert, scam alert placed on that money. So that money was flagged down because of the kind of amount it is. You can send a little amount, that's good. But if you send huge amount, up to $100 million, you want to crucify the recipient of that money. The receiver of that money will go to jail or be sent to gallows in that country. That money, they question him that if such amount is coming in, it is either for sponsor of or facilitation of for act of terrorism or drug ring or drug transactions. That's why Simon Ekpa was quickly apprehended by Finnish military officers or police officers or financial crime officers. The money was meant for, let me say, a setup. Yes, they just use it to rope in Ekpa so that Finland government will be suspicious of Ekpa's activities, not only on social media, but in Finland, government, where he is designated for a particular position. So if it could be any country, even Britain in America, it should lead to the military, let's say financial officers of such country to apprehend you, the owner of that account. So that was what actually, went on last year.
Well, Simon Ekpa was not only arrested; he was arrested with his partners.
Yes.
But as you can see, just some days ago, about 3 of those accomplices have been released.
Yes.
After the release, the CDS, Mustafa again came with another propaganda, saying that the Nigerian government has completed the repatriation document. Though the Finland has responded that we never saw you guys.
Yes.
But the Nigerian people are saying, can we see the documentation that you processed and finalized? And we are yet to get a response. What's your reaction to this?
Is it what happened? Nigerian government doesn't want to go to Finland or to send their representatives to Finland, because they actually know that they set up Simon Ekpa without appropriate evidence. It has not been substantiated that Ekpa was the owner of the money, but actually currently Nigeria is the owner of the money, and Nigeria has actually owned it up that they are the owner of the money. When Governor Mba of Enugu State was chanting and shouting and quarreling that he would go there and actually with many documents and as evidences.
He said that?
Yes, he said it. So that Ekpa will never ever be free from this kind of, heinous accusation. Then Peter Mba was allowed to come in. Finland embassy, they did document everything. Oh, yeah, come in. Mba could not go. Mba knows the velocity of false, accusation in Finland.
So you mean Mba
would have Mba absconded now. He did not only abscond, Mba vanished.
Unbelievable.
And disappeared into the air. That is the right word. Mba did not only abscond, but disappeared into the thin air. You know what? The accusation was too heavy. Very big load on his head. He could not actually fathom how Ekpa did it. Because the origin of the money is here in Nigeria, and the people that send the money is Nigerian government. And actually, Finland authority understood that no Igbo man would have sent such amount into Biafra donation account. The donors they have largely there are Igbos in diaspora, not Igbos in Nigeria. The money they were, contributing were little megas. Igbos, they have large population in Europe,
like
America, all over the world. Yes, $1,000.
All of a sudden,
$100 million just jumped in, and that was where Finland became apprehensive that Ekpa is up to something. What was going on? That's why they invited him. And before Nigeria started singing, now they actually, traced it. I mean, Biafrans in diaspora traced the money, that the money would have been, from Nigerian government. And actually, when investigation was concluded, Nigerian government owned it up that the money is from them.
Well, my final question to you is, the Nigerian government has said that Simon Ekpa is currently being locked into one of the hardest prisons.
That is a lie. It is a lie. Finland did not do that. One is that Nigerians Biafrans in diaspora came out en masse with physical evidences that Nigerian government, Nigerian military forces are behind Fulani attack in the southeastern Nigeria. Reason why? They want to grab the land of the southeasterners. 2, they want to Islamize Igbo man. Igbo land is far away from Islamization, and they have been working towards the Islamization process for many years. It started since 1970, they could not succeed. Then Buhari came in 1985, he could not succeed. Buhari came in his second time again in 2015, he could not succeed. That's why they are working hard, very, very hard, day on, night out, night in, every hour, daily, weekly, monthly, to make sure that Fulanis at least seize the whole forest in the southeastern Nigeria. But they were receiving the worst rebuff, retreat of their life. The Igbo security outfit, Forest Guard of Igbo Land, ESN, Eastern Security Network, are all over the farmland, all over the forest to rebuff, to make sure that they give the Fulani terrorists the fight of their life. And that was more or less the reason why they insist on castigating Ekpa, labeling him all manners of criminalities, ranging from drug, assassination, terrorism in the southeast, which is so wrong. They now, I mean the Finland, studied Ekpa's modus operandi and found out that the young man is fighting people that are fighting his tribesmen. That's why they recently actually find out that Nigerian government just framed Ekpa, you know, falsely.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Raf, for that beautiful.
My people, releasing Nnamdi Kanu, Tinubu and Buhari say no. As it stands right now, they say that the Igbo elders don't carry Tinubu and Buhari and all the whole people will put a hand for arresting or kidnapping of Nnamdi Kanu in Kenya. They say they don't sue them to Ihuabara. As it stands right now, their mother is taking over. Everybody will put a hand for Nnamdi Kanu kidnapped from Kenya. That person don't enter inside wahala. As it stands now, many organizations don't they call out, say they release Nnamdi Kanu. Say 2027 election, Nnamdi Kanu will never use as a campaign. My people, now so waiting they happen now. Now we come they get another information waiting they happen for inside Biafra government in Ezai. Say that right now, those people now where they in charge of homeland, they are no longer like calling them member. No, say assistant now they get governors for inside Biafra land. My people will go bring all the whole video come show on us. They watch, make sure say they share the video. Now I'm going to play the video of the elders as they take provoke. Say anybody will put hand for Nnamdi Kanu case. He said that person he go collect before I go come play the other video will follow for back. And stay tuned, watch the full video from beginning to end.
April 8 I get ibe. Ani si ibe ya fe fokwanyo. Nde DSS. Madinta ma lawyer get ibe. Yo la nyi kwere ha pepe o. Confusion ga pe na. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu ge shinga ho. Enye certificate. Enye flag enye. Onye sha ha ga me ba. Ya bu kwa kuko so la ba o. Ke jabu ja ga he jenu to la yo kwenu no do. Ndo ulaga kwana no lo ga kwana go ko na egbebere ihe ni na hanyi ku ya ga shegbo otisi huru ni na court ya ba kiriko ani so biegu ni buru mani anya na ga hala Hausa anya ga hala Kano anya na ga hala Hausa ihe ito ga wala Biafra onye sha Biafra ha ga bia ya nwuko ma nwoke sha Biafra ha ga bia Biafra bia ori ọmọ ko ma ga epilepsy bia agbo ko ori ko ga ko ayo ya je la ko ni ko ni pe ga ho yo anyị kpọrọ aha na uhiboga eda geno ntị ndị anyị kpọrọ aha na uhiboga eda anyị achọghị ma ha edekikpe ha otu anyị edeki ha mgbe ọbụla anụ ha anyị si stroke bịakwa ha ajọ ụmụ ahịa kene ya mikin moto ji eje ewekwa accident.
Nnamdi Kanu, the release of Nnamdi Kanu as such that could bring about national reconciliation. We actually do not want it to be seen as a political issue. Any moment from now, maybe in the next 6 months or thereabout, you know, you will see politicians begin to discuss 2027 and thereabout. And so we feel that it is very important at this time, because there is no way you will discuss issue of security in this country, issue of national reconciliation, issue of southeast of Nigeria without the issue of Nnamdi Kanu. So we feel that, yes, there is no useful purpose for his detention. Detaining Nnamdi Kanu up till now will not serve Nigeria any useful purpose. But releasing him will go a long way, you know, to calm down the free nerves in the country, and for us to have, well, in Nigeria, well, everybody at least will have a better sense of belonging. If anybody just feel at this time that there is no need for federal government continuing to. In fact, I wouldn't know whether there was any need to have even detained him in the first place, particularly for this long.
What we were running is a government. The government of the Biafra Republic government in exile, the government of de facto, and now the government of the United States of Biafra. There was no time the Prime Minister knew that at any particular point in time, some people, some unscrupulous elements will come up with using the registration of Brigi to destroy the restoration of the United States of Biafra. The Prime Minister never bargained for that, never approved that, never even thought about that. That was why around maybe February of 2023, the Prime Minister wanted some of the people that originally registered Briggy that have been fired, that he has suspended from the struggle. The Prime Minister kind of wanted to update the registration of the Biafra Republic government in exile. And what he did was to tell Ogenkere to update that information to remove some of the names that were originally in that paper, in that registration paper. And I believe that was why that March registration, something like that, which happened, that probably the instruction the PM gave, somebody maybe took it to another level. I don't know. But this history is a fact. At no point in time does our PM ever think that we will have the United States of Biafra, Biafra Republic government in exile, de facto government, that people will hijack in the process, change our email passwords, hijack the government website, the Briggy website, hijack the de facto, the IPOB website. The Prime Minister never ever thought that something like this could happen. The Prime Minister never ever thought that the lobbyists that he has hired to protect the independence of the United States of Biafra will at any particular point in time start telling the Prime Minister that what he registered is Briggy. No more the United States of Biafra. The Prime Minister hired the lobbyists to ensure that the United States of Biafra gets the recognition it needs all over the world by different countries. That was the original intention. But when some people believe that things are not going on their own way, they decided to work with these lobbyists who now started presenting Briggy registration instead of the whole country recognition, which the Prime Minister have mandated them to do. That is the fact of the matter. Because at no point when the Prime Minister was around that we even talk about the registration of Briggy or registration of anything. It's just like bringing up the registration of New Dimension mandate, registration of all this. There are so many things the Prime Minister approved. That Briggy, the Prime Minister approved everything. It is not as if these individuals have authority on their own to go and register those things. We, Biafrans, approved those things through our Prime Minister, so that when these things are registered, that will help us in the process of our final redeclaration, declaration, and recognition all over the world. That was exactly what happened. But along the line, some mischievous individuals think that because the Prime Minister is not available, they can now hijack the registration of anything to their name. And that is why they started flying it out there. It's just a pity. It's just so sad that people that the Prime Minister trusted to do certain things for him, trusted to do certain things for the registration, for the recognition, for the realization of the independent state of Biafra, now turn that into their own private business, private property. Even the shame to talk about things like that to Biafrans is incomprehensible. Nobody can ever thought that individuals will go so far to ascribe something like Briggy, that it belongs to them. And that is exactly what this individual did, and convinced the lobbyists that the Prime Minister hired to go along the same line with them. It's just unfortunate. So to your question, miracle, something like that will never happen. And that is why the Prime Minister have mandated myself to be in charge of this nation until he joins us. There's a reason for that. There are so many things, so many registrations that we have done, even so many signatories that we appended to paper. We've never had even one of them to come out to claim that they own that department or they own that organization, except this individual, Ogenkere, with the Briggy that he registered. And this alias, the lobbyists, have come out to work with him, saying that according to him, according to the registration of Briggy, that it is him, it is Ogenkere. But it was not, I'm telling Elias, Ogenkere was never the original person that registered Briggy in America. So I need to tell the lobbyists to go and search for the original registration of Briggy. It was not organ carrier. That means you don't even know what you are doing. You do not even have a clue. That is why some of us laugh. When you do some of these things, you say some of the things you said. Because we are not running an organization, we are running a country. So I'm telling the lobbyists to also go online and search those that registered Briggy before you see organ carrier's name there. You're going to see Madam Asoka. You're going to see people like Arewa. You're going to see maybe other people. It is online. It's on public domain. So when you're making that mistake, fronting organ carrier as the person that registered Briggy or whoever, you're making a grave mistake. But that is not where the United States of Biafra is going. We have passed that level. And those that want to remain there, they can go ahead and remain there. But we are moving forward with the United States of Biafra. So miracle, yes, that will never ever happen. Thank you so much.
Okay, my wonderful people, welcome back. As you don't watch that video now, so if you now say more carry and show now, I beg you make una drop on our own opinion for inside comment section, because for this last one, you don't read. Anybody will put hand or go kidnap my Zena di Carlo, that person don't enter for Wahala own. I don't see him. I beg.
Mo jẹ́ ẹ̀jẹ́ fún orílẹ̀-èdè mi ilẹ̀ Odùduwà tó ń ṣàn fún wàrà àti fún oyin, ilẹ̀ tó kún fún àwọn akọni ọgbọ́n ètò àti òye. Mo ṣe ìlérí gẹ́gẹ́ bí ọmọ ológo ilẹ̀ adúláwọ̀, ìtànṣán oòrùn láti la ayé já nílẹ̀ Áfíríkà, láti gbé ilẹ̀ Odùduwà lárugẹ. Mo pinnu láti fìmọ̀ ṣọ̀kan fún ìlọsíwájú ìran Yorùbá. Mo fọwọ́ sọ̀yà pé n kò ní dalẹ̀ tàbí ṣọ̀tẹ̀ sí ìṣọ̀kan àti ìtẹ̀síwájú orílẹ̀-èdè mi ilẹ̀ Odùduwà. Èmi yóò fi gbogbo ipá, ọkàn, iṣẹ́, ọgbọ́n àti ìṣe mi sin orílẹ̀-èdè mi ní òtítọ́ àti lódodo títí ọjọ́ ayé mi. Gbogbo ìyànjú àwọn akọni tó ti lọ kò ní já sófo láti ọwọ́ mi títí dé ìrandíran tí ń bọ̀ lẹ́yìn. Mo ṣe ìlérí pé ẹ̀sìn tàbí ìṣèlú kò ní yà wá nílẹ̀ Odùduwà. Tó bá wáyé bẹ́ẹ̀, mo lè lo ọkàn ẹ̀jẹ̀ tó kù sára mi láti fi ṣègbè àti jàjàgbara fún orílẹ̀-èdè mi. Ilẹ̀ Odùduwà, ìran Yorùbá, èdè kan, àṣà kan àti ìṣe kan ló so wá pọ̀ láéláé lágbára Elédùwà.